ahead of Tyrone here, 10 minutes or so away from Tyrone, starting with St. Joseph Tulla in goals, Aaron Shanahan. Full back line of Dara Ryan, Adam Hogan and Fionn Ryan. Half back line, Mikey McMahon, Tony Layden and Oisín Clune. Ronan O'Connor wears number 8 and captains the St. Joseph's Tulla side, and he's joined in the middle of the park by Derek Yo. Half forward line, Oisín O'Connor, Sean Withycombe and Fionn Hickey. And St. Joseph's Tulla full forward line, Colin Cleary, Conor O'Donnell and Owen McMahon. The St. Joseph's Tulla team are managed by Terence Fahey, Tomas Kelly and Aidan Hart. Over to Ardscoil Rís now. Shamey Gully is in goals. Full back line of Evan O'Leary, John Fitzgerald and Colin Flynn. Half back line, Vince Harrington, the joint captain, is joined by Keane Scully and Mikey Gavin. Midfields is JJ Carey, partner by Rian O'Byrne. Oisín O'Farrell, Niall O'Farrell and Brian O'Keefe are in the Ardscoil Rís half forward line. And the full forward line, Shane O'Brien, joint captain, Dylan Lynch and David Kennedy. And the Ardscoil Rís team managed by Niall Moran, selectors Paul Flanagan and Cormac O'Donovan. I'm joined by Jerome O'Connell and Michael O'Connor in commentary for the Harty Cup final this afternoon. Jerome, if I can start with you. Ardscoil Rís, they've been in 5 finals. They've won all 5, heading for a 6th title today, they'll hope.
Yeah, they'll hope. And the experience of Harty Cup Day and the build-up to it will have been an advantage to the management. You know, the management and Niall Moran in particular have been involved in these occasions before. Indeed, in Niall's case as a player and as a coach for Ardscoil Rís. But for the players themselves, you know, it's a huge day. None of them have been involved in Harty Cups before. Some of them might have been in the school in first year and second year back in 2018, but not here as players. So it's not a huge help in that regard, but certainly for the school in terms of the build-up and the excitement of the week leading up to it and the occasion itself, the school know about all the preparation that's needed. All that would have been new to Tulla. But, you know, when you come here today, it's 2 teams in a Harty Cup final. You know, I won't say form goes out the window, but it does appear to be very much 50-50.
Michael, from Tulla's point of view, it's very much a Cinderella story in some aspects. Even them getting to this final, had never won a Harty Cup game before this season's competition. They must be still full of confidence going into the final, irrespective of that lack of experience.
Absolutely, John. I suppose maybe to go back a step, Tulla have been near this level. They were in the Harty Cup quarter-final of 2020, where they lost to St. Flannan's College in Sidon, as Flannan's went on to win the Harty Cup that year. And an awful lot of that team that played in 2020 are still here now. It's an old squad. A lot of them are 18 and a half, pushing 19 years of age. There's 11 or 12 of them gone this year. I think the youngest player possibly playing is Owen McMahon from Crusheen. So from their perspective, it's do or die. I know they've an All-Ireland quarter-final, but I was involved there setting up a media day for Tulla recently. They're professional. They're taking every game as it's come. They're a battle-hardened side. I mean, maybe they're not at times the prettiest to watch, but by God, they give everything they can. It's going to be fantastic. I just fear that maybe the conditions could have an effect here in the game today, because there's a very strong wind blowing. But from Tulla's perspective, as you say, they've nothing to lose. Could there be a bit of pressure on Ardscoil Rís, because they have won a lot of Harties, and they're the bookies' favourites today. So we're in for a very interesting hour.
The teams lining up behind the St. Patrick's pipe band of Tulla. Maybe a little fill-up for Tulla ahead of the game, getting their band in. Jerome, semi-finals, they're all about winning, but Ardscoil Rís very impressive in their win over Tulla CBS.
Yeah, certainly. Like I've seen Ardscoil Rís in all their games to date. I'll be honest, you know, day 1 against Nina, they were very, very sluggish. Never thought that they'd be here in a Harty Cup final. There was an improvement the next day against Middleton. There was sparkles of what they could do as a team in that game. Again, you know, it didn't hit maybe top gear. But then in the semi-final against Thurles, I just don't know what happened. Absolutely flew from the blocks. Game was over by half-time. To be fair, Thurles probably fell apart. You know, it just didn't go right for them. The heads dropped, and Ardscoil Rís had one of those days where they just kept piling on the scores. So, you know, I think if those 2 teams met again, you wouldn't have the gulf that was between them in the semi-final. But that said, you know, it was a superb display from Ardscoil Rís. From 1 to 15, I really thought there wasn't that many flaws in them on that occasion. But now the trick is to try and repeat a display, you know, close or if not better than that again.
Michael, from Tulla's perspective as well, you know, it is new territory. It's been very much a big part of the build-up ahead of the game. But in that semi-final throughout the competition, they lost to De La Salle in the first game of this year's Harty Cup, got their revenge and some more in that semi-final.
So they learned an awful lot more defeat than De La Salle got in victory. It was only a 2-point game, and Tulla said after the game that they threw away chances. They weren't be mourning the fact that De La Salle won the game. They were better on the day, but they had chances. Every game St. Joseph's Tulla have played this year has been 1 or 2 points, maybe a 3-point win. Every game has been a physical and mental hurling battle. After 2 minutes against De La Salle down in Mallow, they were 1-1 to nothing down, and people were going, what's going to happen here? They battled back, they held their own, they got to half time, they tagged on 2 or 3 scores, and one thing that has been synonymous for Tulla's campaign this year, they finished the last quarter brilliantly. Will that happen today? They will need to be in contention. We're all probably thinking that Tulla will come from behind if they get a lead and have confidence in the second half. But Tulla have given everything, and they're definitely a team that finishes very strong. They've key players in serious positions. The question will be, every team that Tulla have played has had one outstanding forward. Adam Hogan has taken on that role and handled him well. Ardscoil Rís have a couple of very good scoring shooters, as we call it now in the modern game. So it'll be interesting to see how they'll handle that spread. But then from Ardscoil's perspective, they know they're going to be in a physical war here today.
Jerome, Michael mentioned there some serious threats in that Ardscoil Rís side. Surely Shane O'Brien is the biggest threat in the field from their point of view. Yeah,
Shane O'Brien grabbed all the headlines with a wonder score against Thurles, but I think if you watch people, or if you speak to people that are maybe at the games against Nina and against Middleton, maybe Niall O'Farrell probably stood out a little bit more than Shane O'Brien, who was a bit slow into the Harty action this year. And even in those 2 games, the 2 midfielders, Reno Byrne and JJ Carey, were breaking through for scores as well. So it wasn't all Shane O'Brien in those opening 2 games, but he certainly caught all the headlines in that semi-final against Thurles. And as Michael says, there is that spread. Oisin O'Farrell, Dylan Lynch can all take scores as well for Ardscoil Rís.
And again, Michael, we're concentrating on St. Joseph's Tulla with you, but Sean Widdicombe, 15 points of their 20 in that last game. He's been a constant threat throughout the championship.
Absolutely. For Tulla to be in contention to win this championship today, they're going to need Sean Widdicombe to deliver. It's probably pressure on him, because if for example he misses 2 or 3 frees, they're in trouble. De La Salle in the semi-final, Paddy Fitzgerald missed 3 frees and they lost the championship semi-final because he missed those frees. Widdicombe was ruthlessly efficient. The conditions will tell today in a free taker. If there's wind and rain, accuracy could diminish slightly for either side free takers.
Jerome, it's prediction time, lads. Jerome, we'll start with you.
Look, I just think if Ardscoil Rís' semi-final performance is anything to go by, obviously I've only seen the highlights of the Tulla games online, but I thought Ardscoil Rís that day, that was a Harty Cup winning performance in my eyes. If they can repeat that today, that's the trick, is repeating it today. And Michael just talked about the elements there. Like, it's a dirty, swirling breeze that's out there. There's a heavy mist. It's going to be a tricky one. For me, it's Ardscoil Rís. If that semi-final is repeated, Tulla will have to produce something very, very big. The only thing from my point of view is Thurles were catching on Ardscoil Rís the whole time in that game. We know that Tulla are going to finish really strongly, so it's going to be a cracking final quarter.
Michael, make the case for Tulla.
Simply, Sean Widdicombe, if he can get his dozen-plus points, Tulla need Fionn Hickey, Colin Cleary, Oisin O'Connor, Donald, Noel McMahon. They need to deliver a couple of scores. They haven't really been doing it. They need to get 2 or 3. If they got 6 or 7 points between them, Widdicombe brings it up to 20. You're in a game in the last 5 minutes.
We'll just pause now in a couple of moments for Oran Naveen, led by St. Patrick's Pipe Band from Tulla. Moments away from throwing here at the TUS Gaelic grounds for the 2022 Harty Cup final. Referee for this afternoon's game is Michael Kennedy of Tipperary. Ardscoil Rís will be wearing red and black, while St. Joseph's of Tulla will be wearing their white and blue jerseys. Maybe a bit unfamiliar, Ardscoil Rís in that all red colour with black shorts, usually all black with a hint of red and yellow, but either way, they're going to be playing from left to right as you view on screen. So St. Joseph's Tulla still in their huddle as Ardscoil Rís get into position. Now moments away, as Jerome O'Connell and Michael O'Connor mentioned, a swirling breeze here at the Ennis Road venue for this afternoon's game. Could make conditions very, very tricky throughout. So both sides looking to be lining up as selected. No early changes between each side. And the ball is in and we're underway here, and it's Widdicombe looking to win possession straight away here for Tulla, unable to get it into his hands. And a ruck develops here, but it's Ardscoil that have come away with it, with JJ Carey of Napier. Carey flicked away from him. He's got midfield partner Rian O'Byrne is there, picks up the pieces into Cian Scully. Scully switches play into the middle edge of the 14-metre line. Off his line comes Aaron Shanahan, and Shanahan has done well here. Hand passes the ball away to a centre back, and that's Tony Layden. Not a great clearance from Layden's point of view, but Tulla still come away with it. And it's out to the left hand side now to Oisin Clune. Clune delivers into the full forward line. It's a good ball too, into the corner forward, dropped though by Colin Cleary, and Ardscoil Rís through Cian Scully. Great pick up from Cian Scully, and he's been fouled as well. And Jerome O'Connell, a lively start here.
Yeah, lively start, and Cian Scully's been on a couple of possessions so far and did really, really well there. Ardscoil seem to have lined up pretty much as they were selected. Shane O'Brien, who has played often in the half forward line, he's inside in the full forward line again today. Appears to be pretty much a two-man full forward line with himself and David Kennedy. Dylan Lynch just coming out the field that little bit. So particularly in this first half, Ardscoil Rís are backed by the breeze. They'll be looking to deliver ball long in front of Shane O'Brien.
Just a little delay in the free here, a little bit of a battle between Fionn Ryan and Conor O'Donnell and Colm Flynn. Just having a little get to know you, Mike, as you'd expect.
Absolutely, and I suppose, as we predicted there, Adam Hogan has picked up Shane O'Brien there as inside, so it's definitely a two-man full forward line. The breeze is with Ardscoil, we think, in the first half, and as Jerome said before the game, it's going to make for a very interesting last quarter if Ardscoil don't tag on a big scoreline. And every stoppage here is adding another 30 seconds of the time, so as I said before, free taker's delight or free taker's nightmare today.
Cian Scully with this free midway between his own 45 and 65 metre line. It's going to drop before the end line, and Tulla have got a hurley to it, and it's Mikey McMahon that's there trying to get the clearance away. Good pressure there, but Tulla still holding on to possession, hand passing it out of defence. Good working out of defence and cleared downfield by Dara Ryan. It's gone out over the sideline on that far side. Of course, a big crowd here, as Jerome, you mentioned, struggling with traffic on the way into the TUS Gaelic grounds today. Both sides really, really backed by fantastic support.
Yeah, a huge support and a huge occasion for the young fellas out there now. Harty Cup is under 19 level, so some of them are a little bit older, but a huge atmosphere. Ball
delivered in towards the full forward line again, but Adam Hogan has done very well for Tulla, and the hand pass comes out. Tulla, confident start in their back line now as it's cleared downfield by Dara Keogh. Scully's over there, but so is Sean Widdicombe, and Widdicombe versus Scully is one of the big battles here this afternoon, and it's Scully that's kind of come out on top of that one. Just made sure Widdicombe didn't win clean possession, and a ruck developing. It's gone the way of Ardscoil Rís with this sideline ball. Cian Scully and Sean Widdicombe, Jerome, a very, very big potential in that matchup.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I suppose at the other end of the field then as well, Adam Hogan is after winning maybe, the first two possessions on Shane O'Brien inside, which is a huge thing for him. He's man-marked all the danger men up until now and started really well on Shane O'Brien. Sideline
ball now landing towards Niall O'Farrell for Ardscoil Rís. We're scoreless here in the opening stages. O'Farrell with the shot. Beautiful shot from Niall O'Farrell. And with 3 minutes 20 seconds played, Michael O'Connor with the first score of the game.
Absolutely, a great effort there. I mean, as we were talking about O'Brien and Hogan, but I think Oisin Clune is on Niall O'Farrell. Niall O'Farrell's moving out of vision to wing, so that was a great score by him and a good start. But again, Ardscoil Rís are going to need to tag on a few scores, and definitely one thing in favour of Tulla, they're winning the ball well in the full back line, and they're getting safely out to the half back line before they're clearing it.
You just see the win there with that puck out from Aaron Shanahan. It's one in midfield by Ardscoil Rís, and 3 in O'Byrne. O'Byrne delivers, hooked as he half hooked anyway at least. Sorry, it was JJ Carey half hooked there as he tried to deliver that one in towards Shane O'Brien. And a sideline ball for St. Joseph's Tulla is the result. You just see from that puck out though the strength of the breeze here at the TUS Gaelic grounds. Aaron Shanahan hoping he could get more distance in his puckouts than that, with the wind prevailing on this occasion. And a sideline ball now taken by Dara Keogh, the Clooney Quinn clubman. That's Keogh with it. It's a good sideline cut from Keogh. Ball in delivered. It's going to draft off for Ardscoil Rís in their corner back. Colin Flynn unable to win clean possession. Plenty of hard battles there, but it's Tulla that have come out with it now. It's their full forward, Conor O'Donnell. O'Donnell, though, it's a good hardy challenge by John Fitzgerald and the Ardscoil Rís full back. And the clearance comes in now towards Rian O'Byrne. O'Byrne unable to get the time he needed to win that one cleanly. And it's a fierce battling for every single possession here, but it's Colin Flynn that has it for Ardscoil Rís. Cian Scully flicks it inside. On the run now, Ardscoil. It's their half back there, Mikey Gavin. Tulla get the hurley in. And Jerome, every single ball has been fought ferociously for.
Yeah, I was just thinking both sides are working so hard outside there. Hooks and blocks. No, I don't think a player has hit a ball in space yet. Really intense start from both sides.
Sideline ball for Ardscoil Rís, and it's JJ Carey. Takes it quickly. There's a run in the middle of the park from Cian Scully. Lovely pickup from Cian Scully. He's gone with the shot. Has Scully too. Was tailed to the left and wide. And it's a good effort from Scully. But sadly, from his point of view, it's gone to the right and wide. And Mike, you've mentioned it. They need to be taking them kind of chances even from that range with this breeze.
And absolutely, one thing that stood, Ardscoil Rís are playing a very short game. They lost the ball there. It was a sideline cut. Was possibly free. But Ron O'Connor, Dara Keogh and Oisin O'Connor, the three of them dispossessed the Ardscoil man before he took the shot. It held up the game. So at this stage now, Tulla must be very happy. Ardscoil would need to probably go a little bit more direct.
David Kennedy trying to win possession over on the far side for Ardscoil Rís. Good work though from Dara Ryan, the Tulla number 2. It's going to end up in a Tulla sideline ball. It's going to be taken by Oisin Clune over on that far side. As Michael O'Connor mentioned, Tulla will be fairly happy with this start. It's just over 6 minutes played, and it's only 1 point to Ardscoil Rís. Nerves aplenty, I'm sure, as well as Clune. A good cut from Oisin Clune up towards Conor O'Donnell. Up against Colin Flynn. O'Donnell gets the ball into the middle. It's a good one too. Chance maybe now for St. Joseph's. Tulla on the run is Sean Widdicombe. And Widdicombe has been fouled, says referee Michael Kennedy. So a chance Jerome for Tulla to level the scores.
Yeah, Sean Widdicombe did really well there himself. You know, probably knew he wasn't going to beat the two lads for pace. Took the ball between the two of them. You know, drew the foul. He was fouled, fair enough, but did really well. Really intelligent play from him there. Knew he hadn't the support around himself and got himself what is a really scoreable free, and not a bad free there for a free taker to start off with. Dead straight in front of goals, probably 35 metres out.
Yeah, chance for Sean Widdicombe to level the scores just at the edge of the semicircle, as Jerome O'Connell mentioned. Widdicombe with 15 points, we've already mentioned, in that semi-final victory over De La Salle from Waterford. That's Widdicombe. You would imagine a regulation free. Sean Widdicombe with the strike. It's high and it's over the bar. It's a level game in the TUS Harty Cup final here, and it's 1 point apiece as Sean Widdicombe's free levels it up here as this long puck out comes from Shamey Gully in the Ardscoil Rís goal, and that's easy prey there back there for Fionn Ryan. Ryan into the middle though, didn't go to plan, and it's under pressure now, Tulla, but they've done well in these situations so far in this game. Dispossession here, but they do have it in their hands again. It's Ronan O'Connor, their captain, that's running away with this, and O'Connor gets a hand pass away. It's a good one, but it's dropped over there by Oisin O'Connor, and there's been a foul, so there's a chance now, even against the breeze, for Sean Widdicombe, maybe Michael O'Connor, to put Tulla into a lead.
Absolutely, yes, and just go back to the first point that Sean Widdicombe come. It was a brilliant ball by Conor O'Donnell, but in different conditions, Widdicombe controlled the hurley, and as Jerome said, he knew he wasn't going to win a 100-metre sprint, and he worked hard for the free and got it, but they've definitely, Shamey Gully has hit 2 puckouts on the far side now. They're definitely targeting, and we were mentioning before in Shane O'Brien, but Niall Farrell is probably a heavy scorer as well. They've hit 2 puckouts on him. He's sort of half won them, but the ball has been cleared. So an escape for Tulla, but I think they've figured out already what's happening there. So Widdicombe with his second free.
Yeah, Widdicombe in absolutely no rush in taking this free, midway between the 65 and the 45 metre line. Strike from Widdicombe, looks to be good from our angle here, and over the bar it goes. And Jerome O'Connell of Ardscoil Rís didn't know before this game about Sean Widdicombe's prowess from frees. They certainly know it already here.
I've absolutely no doubt that a disciplined performance was looked for from Niall Moore and Cormac O'Donovan and Paul Flanagan. And interestingly, both frees so far have come from Tulla running at that half back line of Ardscoil Rís.
The puck out goes over to that far side again from Ardscoil Rís, but again Tulla have initially stopped their attack, and it's Fionn Ryan with it now, but it's won back there by Ardscoil Rís. Down the line goes their midfielder, and that's Rian O'Byrne, but he's gone out over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline for Tulla and Michael O'Connor. We're coming up now to nearly 10 minutes played, and the Tulla management will be absolutely delighted with the start.
They can't complain, they're ahead by 2-1. If it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, Ardscoil would be praying for the water break to get the guys in for a minute to tell them to change their tactic. Another puck out has gone over to that far side of the field and hasn't really worked. Tulla converging the puck outs and they're holding their own.
Sideline ball now is going to be won by Cian Scully. It's not Cian Scully, in fact it's Mikey Gavin, the free man back there, tries to switch play in towards Shane O'Brien. Good defending it from Tulla. Brilliant. Illegal defending now from Adam Hogan, says referee Michael Kennedy. And Jerome, a chance for Ardscoil Rís to level pretty quickly.
Yeah, Adam Hogan really just got himself too tight almost in that situation, you know, and thundered into the back of Shane O'Brien. But I suppose a nice reminder to Shane O'Brien that he's always going to be there right behind him as well. But that was a bit more direct from Ardscoil Rís, and I think they need to do that. The half forward line here where all those puck outs are dropping, Ardscoil Rís are playing 4 out around there on the half forward line. Throw in the 2 midfielders as well, and I think there's too many bodies in that area.
That's Niall O'Farrell, pops this one straight over the bar. Level game again here. 10.5 minutes played at the TUS Gaelic grounds. It's 2 points apiece, and that's the second for Niall O'Farrell, and of course Sean Whitty going with the 2 for St. Joseph Tulla as well. So very much the 11s at the moment doing all the scoring here. This puck out comes from Aaron Shanahan. Up goes Mikey Gavin, but it's won over there by Fionn Hickey, and Hickey delivers this one in low, but it's a foot race there. It's going to be won in the end. A free out, says referee. Blatant tug on the Ardscoil Rís defender's jersey there, and a chance for Cian Scully to clear this one down out of danger.
Owen McMahon will do well to beat Evan O'Leary in a race. A really speedy cornerback, and the only member of the Ardscoil Rís team to play adult hurling last year as well, and quite a decent cornerback.
So Scully's delivery in towards Shane O'Brien. Great catch from Adam Hogan. He's won that battle there. Maybe not the best of clearances. Foot race on here, and it's won by the Ardscoil Rís midfielder Rian O'Byrne. O'Byrne, maybe a scoring chance, gives it inside to Niall O'Farrell. O'Farrell from just outside, 45 metres, has put Ardscoil Rís back into the lead. 11.5 minutes on the clock now. Michael O'Connor, that's much more like it from Ardscoil Rís' point of view.
Much more like it. I said Niall O'Farrell, so far the 5 points have been scored by 2 Claremen. So Niall O'Farrell is the 3. That's the first point from play. Adam Hogan did absolutely everything perfect. Just the wind held up the ball, and normally that ball would have gone another 10 or 15 metres and O'Farrell would have got it. But it's definitely game on now. I think Ardscoil have got a bit of space here now.
Mikey Gavin has delivered in this one into Dylan Lynch. Lynch has gone for just over the bar from Dylan Lynch. I think he went for goal, Jerome. He'll be happy enough with the point.
Yeah, he will, you know, and it's another forward onto the score sheet for Ardscoil Rís at 4 points to 2. That's more of what they need to do, and just that being that little bit more direct, I think probably will work for them with these sprees. And if I'm reading it right, it looks like they've gone to a 3-man full forward line now again as well.
Yeah, puck out now from Shannon. This time gets it out towards midfield, but again it's Mikey Gavin. He's won the last 2 possessions from Ardscoil Rís. His point of view, it's in towards Kennedy. Dara Kennedy now under pressure back there from Dara Ryan, but it's not coming out cleanly for either side at the moment. The ruck develops and it's in the hands of Dylan Lynch. Lynch still going. He'll have to come back outside with Dylan Lynch looking for options. Lynch, he's gone far out. It's not the best of deliveries there. Holds up in the wind, and it's won back there by Dara Keogh. And a chance now for Oisin Clune to clear this one. Clears it as far as Fionn Hickey. Hickey has space to run into. He's gone past the 65, heading up towards the Ardscoil Rís 45 metre line. Still going. Fionn Hickey gives it in towards Conor O'Donnell. Good work back there from Mikey Gavin. It's picked up by the Ardscoil Rís defence, and it's worked to Cian Scully. Scully drops it though, under pressure now from Fionn Hickey. Scully takes it on. He's taking a bit much out of his last possession is Cian Scully. A chance now maybe for Tulla to take it up. It's Conor O'Donnell on the run here. Good defending though from Ardscoil. Neither side able to win clean possession yet again. Colin Cleary is there, and as is Vince Harrington, the joint captain of this Ardscoil team, has eventually picked it up for them, but it's a poor enough control by Oisin O'Farrell, and they're in again, our Tulla here with their midfielder and captain Ronan O'Connor. O'Connor with the strike. It's a good strike from Ronan O'Connor. It's dealt with over the bar. Shamey Gully got the early to it, but Ronan O'Connor, Jerome, with an inspirational score.
It's a great score from Ronan O'Connor's point of view, and you know, a nervy moment for Shamey Gully in the goals, but did well to just guide it over the bar. Just tipping in under that crossbar can be a tricky one for a goalkeeper.
Back with play now. The puck out's gone short here, and there's a foul on Mikey Gavin on that far side, but Michael, just an element of what Ronan O'Connor can bring to this Tulla side.
Absolutely, and that score for him, which was a brilliant score against play, but if you track back 20 seconds, the intensity of the Tulla forwards, they were like the Irish rugby pack. They stopped them, and they stopped Ardscoil Rís from coming out from their 45-yard line, and that won the score. Now, and I must mention Fionn Hickey's doing quite well in the far wing. He's made 2 or 3 great runs with the ball. So, I mean, it's very much a game on here now.
Cian Scully's free is well caught by Aaron Shannon. Now it's Oisín Clune completing the clearance for St. Joseph's Tulla, but it's gone out over the far sideline. And that's happened a good few times already in this game on that far sideline, Jerome. Even though the wind looks to be coming into us here in the Mackey stand, just more evidence of how swirling it is.
Yeah, and you can see the way it's been caught up as well, you know, and I just think that direct is the way that Ardscoil are going to profit with that breeze behind them.
The sideline cut goes in, but Tulla have it again in their defence. And Oisín Clune trying to win possession here, but it's not the best of passes. Dylan Lynch is in there, but it's Ardscoil fighting for possession here, trying to keep the ball in Tulla territory. And it's flicked into the midfield now, and there's runners here for St. Joseph's Tulla. The ball is delivered inside to the corner forward there. It's a chance now for Colin Cleary to take on Joe Fitzgerald. It's Cleary on the run. It's a beautiful strike from Cleary. An excellent score and the score of the game, Michael O'Connor. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, Colin Cleary has played senior hurling championship for O'Callaghan's Mills the last couple of years. As we said before the game, this Tulla's team, a lot of them are 18 and a half, 19. Some of them have played senior championship last year, and some of them played in 2020. That was a brilliant score. And I think if he gets the breeze, he didn't do as well as he could in the semi-final. That made up for. That's a brilliant point.
Puck out again, going out over the far sideline from Shamey Gunn. Of course, a great delivery in from Dara Keogh. One possession in that last score for St. Joseph's Tulla, and a low ball in to Cleary, and he did absolutely superbly. Judged the wind with that shot. A level game for the third time now. 4 points apiece in the TUS Dr. Harty Cup final here between St. Joseph's Tulla and Ardscoil Rís. It's Oisín Clune with the sideline ball. It's another excellent cut, but Cian Scully has won the initial battle here for Ardscoil Rís. Him and Keogh in possession, but Scully is still prodding it forward for Ardscoil. Comes now to Shane O'Brien. Chance for Shane O'Brien. Beautiful little dummy with it, and then has the temerity to pop it over the bar. Jerome, an excellent score.
Yeah, and I was just watching there in the last few minutes. Ardscoil have brought Shane O'Brien to wing forward, pushed Oisín O'Farrell into the full forward line, so that gives him that bit more space. Adam Hogan has come with him as well now, so you know, does that maybe open up a little bit of an opportunity for Ardscoil in front of goal with Hogan out of it, but it also gives more space to Shane O'Brien.
And the Ardscoil 65, a ruck develops from that puck out from Aaron Shannon, but Cian Scully is there for Ardscoil, and now he's on the run as well. The Drumnet Lacka Banog clubman flicked away from him brilliantly though by Mikey McMahon, and Tulla trying to win it again. They nearly have possession with Ronan O'Connor. Gets it into his hand, eventually stopped though by JJ Carey, and it's flicked outside to Oisín O'Connor, and it's O'Connor now on the break for St. Joseph's Tulla. It's a good run from Oisín O'Connor, looking to find a bit of space. He's still going as Oisín O'Connor. Eventually Rian O'Byrne gets the challenge in, should be tied it up back there, and it is indeed in the end. It's going to go out for a 65. It was Evan O'Leary that came across to pick up the pieces, but a 65. He stepped out over the sideline, and a chance now for St. Joseph's Tulla to level the game yet again here.
And they're profiting from running. I know they're against the breeze at the moment, but certainly in the second half, it's not a tactic that I'd be inclined to change. When they run at Ardscoil Rís, they've got a couple of players with great pace. I think the last few minutes, Colin Cleary and Ronan O'Connor have both shown clean heels to defenders, and they're also drawing fouls when they run at them. So that's a tactic for me that's working big time for Tulla so far.
And also to Ardscoil, the move of bringing out Shane O'Brien, who just saw a second ago. I don't think it's Shane O'Brien they're more worried about. They now have Hogan taken out. He has to follow him. They may have a weaker set of backs inside, and that's definitely. You may see them, and it'll be interesting for Gully. Every puck out is going to the far side of the field. Now he may change that tactic now, but Tulla have figured that out. So it's going to be very interesting. And they've packed it now. They literally have a line going down from the half forward line straight down, and they're just going to spread it out. It's going to be. He's coming this side now after I tell him to do it.
Yeah, Shamey Gully with the puck out after that 65, expertly taken by Sean Whittigome. It's won back there by Fionn Ryan there, and trying to win it again for Tulla's Fionn Hickey. Ardscoil have it, and it's Shane O'Brien. No surprise to see him winning possession since he came out. Delivers it high into the full forward line. Little battle between Adam Hogan and him after the ball, but it's picked up back there by Tony Leyden, and Leyden just didn't win it cleanly, and they're messing around with it here. Tulla might get away with it. Mikey McMahon lost the ball initially just for a moment. He's picked it back up and he's played it outside to Dara Keogh. Keogh takes a big challenge before delivering into the full forward line. Race there between Joe Fitzgerald and the full forward Conor O'Donnell, but Evan O'Leary is there to win it for Ardscoil Rís, and straight down the middle it goes. Good ball from Vince Harrington to JJ Carey. Carey with the strike, and it's straight over the bar. JJ Carey used the win brilliantly. 20 minutes on the clock here in the TUS Gaelic grounds, and Jerome, it's Ardscoil into the lead once again.
Yeah, two Napier guys there, Vince Harrington and JJ Carey linking up, and really good pass out of defence from Vince Harrington, spotted the man in space, and JJ Carey, that's the first time they've really used that breeze. I think their scores from that middle third with that breeze behind them.
Cian Scully now looking to win possession for Ardscoil, takes a big challenge from Dara Keogh and loses possession momentarily. Gets a little flick though inside to Rian O'Byrne. Good movement from O'Byrne. Gets the pass away to Niall O'Farrell. Threw it up in front of the Oisin Clune there, and he got exactly what that bit of play deserved. But Ardscoil are trying to win it again. Mikey Gavin has had a very impressive opening 20 odd minutes here. The Ballybrown clubman gets hooked, passes out to Vince Harrington. Huge challenge again from Fionn Hickey. Tulla again showing their work rate, but referee Michael Kennedy, I should say, stopping this one as the player was on the ball, and he's throwing it in as a result.
And I suppose the intensity of the Tulla tackling is going to tell soon, because they can't keep that going.
Huge effort from Tulla in the opening 20 minutes here, and it's Tulla that nearly had it in possession again. It's going to drop again, just as more down to conditions than anything else, but it's JJ Carey plays it out to Vince Harrington. An Apirchi duo trying to combine yet again here. It's Harrington on the run down this right wing. In comes the challenge from Ronan O'Connor. He's done brilliantly to dispossess him, and it's Fionn Hickey that delivers it down for Tulla. Evan O'Leary is there first for Ardscoil Rís. Jerome O'Connell mentioned a very tidy cornerback. Shown it again there as Carey delivers into the full forward line. Could come here for Dara Kennedy, but again St. Joseph's Tulla have done brilliant work in defence. And it's in now to Dara Keogh. Good take from Dara Keogh from the clearance. Gets the flick away inside to Oisin Clune, and Clune launches it off his left into the forward. Again, it's Evan O'Leary that's there first though for Ardscoil Rís. The conditions don't help him this time though, and it's on the run now is Oisin O'Connor. O'Connor's over carried, says referee Michael Kennedy, and a chance for us in the commentary box to take a little breath after that excellent bit of play.
Absolutely, and it was very unfortunate for Oisin O'Connor. He'd done everything and just got caught in two minds. Owen McMahon is having a difficult time with Evan O'Leary. Owen's a young player. Evan O'Leary, should say, he's got pace to burn. But again, it's a very, very intense game. There's nothing being given, and a lot has been played between the two 65s. As a Ardscoil of a man gone off from blood sub now, I think. Yeah,
JJ Carey, a bit of blood on the forehead, as you can see on screen. That'll be surely picked up as the ambulance goes out. Call from the Tulla fans, no doubt, down below us in the Mackey stand. I hope that came across in the sound here at the TUS Gaelic grounds. But they're just preparing now a blood sub here at Ardscoil Rís. A bit of wit from the Tulla supporters there, Jerome. Good to see as well.
Looks like Jack Golden is going to come in as the blood sub as well for Ardscoil Rís. And he wasn't used last in semi-final against Thurles, but had started earlier in the competition at wing forward. So the more lean man coming in for a couple of minutes in midfield, but getting JJ back on the field as quickly as possible is vital for Ardscoil. He's really been impactful in midfield.
St. Joseph's Tulla have picked up this in their own defence again. It's Fionn Hickey taking the pass there from Mikey McMahon. It's in now, another battle there, and Cleary has it again in his hand. He's beaten Evan O'Leary this time. Colin Cleary going through and goes. The defending is there. Good work it was from Colin Flynn, but referee Michael Kennedy says he was fouled. Was Colin Cleary on the run, and Cleary's looking for more. There's not going to be a card. Great effort again from Colin Cleary. And again, there's a fascinating battle developing between him and Evan O'Leary as well.
Absolutely, and Cleary could have given the ball to Conor O'Donnell, but he knew the chance was on to win the free. He went and won. That's the second great ball he's won. Another day, another second faster, the goal shot was on. But again, this game is going to go down to the wires. There might only be a point. Well, if a goal doesn't go in, there's only going to be 1 or 2 points in this game at half time.
JJ Carey has returned, and Jack Golden has come off as the blood sub. So Ardscoil Rís be happy to see JJ Carey back on the field from their point of view. So Sean Widdicombe, a couple already as Widdicombe. That's number 4 for him. 6 points apiece here in the TUS Gaelic grounds. We played 23 and a half minutes to Rome. It's as tight as you would have expected.
Yeah, level 5 times already, and just there's no side gaining a foothold so far. It's real end to end, not an inch given.
Puck out again over this far side. It comes eventually to Dylan Lynch, and Lynch has got a bit of a head of steam up now. Dylan Lynch being challenged by Fionn Ryan, comes across to Dara Kennedy. It was a poor one, and Tulla have yet again picked up the pieces there, and it's Fionn Ryan, their number 4, that gets the clearance away. It's going to drop though in midfield. And it's won again there by Oisin O'Connor, and it's Oisin O'Connor on the run again for Tulla. Really a big feature of their first half performance, and gets the delivery away as well. Joe Fitzgerald is there first though from Ardscoil Rís' point of view, immediately pressured by Owen McMahon. But Fitzgerald has a poor clearance straight into Cleary. He's caught it though again, a good block down from Fitzgerald after the mistake initially. But Tulla are still on the attack, and it's Sean Whittycombe trying to get a bit of space as Whittycombe. Good work though from the corner back. Whittycombe gets the shot away eventually, and Sean Whittycombe has pounced on the mistake from Ardscoil Rís. And Michael, that's an excellent score.
Absolutely. I suppose a little bit of an error getting blocked down there, but Cleary, McMahon all worked very, very hard to get that chance into Whittycombe. I thought the ball was going to go away, but he showed excellent skill there, and that's a great confidence boost. They're going to point up now against the breeze with 5 minutes left in this half. Another block down there. Yeah,
it's Fionn Hickey that's got the block down on Vince Harrington. Harrington tried to come away with it. Bit of a poor pass. He's done well though to win it. There has Colin Flynn. The hand pass is poor, and Whittycombe is onto it in a flash. He's been fouled. He takes the free to Sean Whittycombe, and Jerome Ardscoil Rís and Niall Moran will be disgusted with that bit of play.
Yeah, this is, I'm going to assume that Sean's going to point this, and that'll be 2 scores that, Tulla have forced turnovers from Ardscoil Rís. You have to admire from the goalkeeper out to the corner forwards the work rate of the Tulla. They're setting the tone in terms of intensity, the amount of blocks, the hooks, the turnovers they're forcing. Really, really impressive so far. You wonder, can they keep it going for 60, 65 minutes, and how strongly they'll finish. But I mean, if they can manage to finish strongly with this amount of intensity and effort, it'll take a huge strength from this team.
So just a couple of metres inside the 65, it's Whittycombe with the free, and that's point number 6 for Sean Whittycombe. 26 minutes gone here, 8 points to 6 lead for St. Joseph Tulla, and Michael into what is a very strong breeze. They must be even more delighted.
And they must be delighted too, because Ardscoil Rís gave them the last 2 scores. Now that to take them by winning frees, and one from a free and one which Sean also scored from play. But they must be absolutely delighted. As we said at this very start, Whittycombe is still the main scorer, but everyone else around him has given something. Niall O'Farrell, who I thought probably could have a major impact in this game, more so than Shane O'Brien, has been anonymous. So the effort of the Tulla backs to simply do the simple things right and not to lose the ball in the one half of the field has been admirable.
Yeah, and it's a sideline ball by Oisin Clune back there, but it's won back. Colin Flynn coming out of the fence, pushing it back on Colin Flynn. Been very active in the last couple of minutes for Ardscoil Rís, more active than I'm sure Niall Moran would have liked, but a good bit of defending there by the cornerback.
Yeah, Crusheen man knocking over a 6 Mile Bridge man there, so bit of clear rivalry, I'm sure.
All habits die hard.
3 points in a row for Tulla, and it's just exactly what their performance has deserved.
It's Cian Scully now into space. Dara Kennedy and Shane O'Brien are looking to win this one. It's Kennedy that's got there. Good turn from Dara Kennedy, the 6 Mile Bridge man. Still going, Dara Kennedy. Lovely work. Has lost the hurley in the process. Niall O'Farrell though gets the shot away for Ardscoil. Much needed score for Ardscoil Rís. The delivery from Cian Scully into Dara Kennedy. Good work from the diminutive corner forward, and Jerome, a fine finish from Niall O'Farrell as well.
Yeah, for scoring 8-9 minutes for Ardscoil Rís, and just one that they badly needed. They had to stop the Tulla scoring spree.
Ronan O'Connor has won this one, has the advantage here as well, as O'Connor gets the pass away. Fionn Hickey into a bit of space. He's not able to win it though cleanly as Fionn Hickey. He's tripped Vince Harrington. The advantage had accrued, and a chance maybe goes a begging there for Tulla, Michael.
Absolutely, and the referee, Mike Kindy, had the free hand up for the free, and I suppose, look, it was a brilliant hand pass, and unfortunately for the Tulla man, he just took his eye off the last second.
Adam Hogan has one possession here for St. Joseph's Tulla into his captain, Ronan O'Connor. O'Connor takes on Rian O'Byrne, has the pace of him. O'Byrne diligently staying with him, but O'Connor can get the shot away. Ronan O'Connor, he was kind of off balance as he took that one on, and amazingly into this very strong breeze, Jerome. That's the first wide for St. Joseph's Tulla in this game.
Yeah, credit to them. They've been really efficient inside in the forwards. Any opportunities that they created or forced, they've been taking them all to date. so far, and if they were offered an 8-7 lead in 28 minutes, they'd have taken the hand off if they were told they were playing against this breeze.
Shane O'Brien now in possession for Ardscoil Rís. He's been tripped, says referee Michael Kennedy. 50-50 call maybe going towards Shane O'Brien's favour on this occasion. Either way, it's a chance to level this game for the 6th time. 8-7 currently, Tulla lead as Niall Moran is making a substitution here. And the man in is Derek Casey from 6 Mile Bridge, wearing number, well, not in as of yet. He's been told by the linesman and the 4th official that you have to go through us before you get onto the pitch.
Yeah, Derek Casey played day 1 out against Neenah and was really impressive on that occasion, actually outside Nice home field in 6 Mile Bridge. But we haven't seen very much of him since for Ardscoil Rís. I've been thinking maybe Oisin O'Farrell or Derek Kennedy or even Brian O'Keefe, has been quiet so far.
The substitution now allowed to happen as Niall O'Farrell pops that free over the bar with minimum fuss, so we've a level game again. And the substitute in is Derek Casey. It's a bit of rejigging in this Ardscoil Rís team.
1 minute.
And we're going to have 1 minute of additional time as well here. Just waiting to see who's gone off on this Ardscoil Rís team. It's going to be number 4, Colm Flynn. That's the man to depart here, and an interesting call there from the Ardscoil Rís management.
Yeah, it's particularly given that we're almost into injury time in the first half. They're taking off a defender and putting on a forward. It looks like it's Brian O'Keefe has now actually gone from wing forward back into the Ardscoil Rís full back line for the Maru Boher man.
Puck out comes from Aaron Shanahan. It's out to this near side down the front. It's a great take from Shane O'Brien. Maybe another reason why they moved him back into the half forward lines. Derek Kennedy, maybe a bit of confidence after that little bit of play. He's got it up as Derek Kennedy's on the run now, just loses possession at the vital time, and Tulla in on him like a flash. Kennedy though got the ball back up, and he's been fouled in the process. And Jerome and Michael on that one, foul given.
Yeah, I suppose it's Ardscoil need everything now, because if they had gone in at half time 2 or 3 points down, their heads will be down. You're trying to motivate. They can go in now a point or 2 up. But for Ardscoil to win this match, if the breeze stays strong and Tulla's motivation, Ardscoil are going to have to get a goal.
A chance for Niall O'Farrell. He's been deadly from whatever freeze he's taken so far in this game. He went for it. It's gone in. It's on the line. Flicks off the post and it's flicked away from danger. In the end, it was Dara Ryan. I think it was a miss hit from Niall O'Farrell in the first place. But in fairness to Aaron Shannon, he was ready for it. He got a hurley to it. Went across the line. Maybe flicked off the left hand post there, Michael. But I think either way, great effort from Darren Ryan to get rid of that ball.
It came off either Aaron or the post, but it hit off the legs, I think, of Tony. I think perhaps Tony Layden, but very, very. And I suppose the muddy ground probably delayed it a bit. But a major let off here for Tulla, and a massive amount of bad luck for the men from Ardscoil, as we see Wishicombe and Keane Scully getting to know each other, probably exchanging phone numbers later on.
Little battle going on off the ball between Keane Scully and Sean Middygome. Just a little nudge on Scully that forced him off his feet. Not that that'll bother Keane Scully too much, I don't think, Jerome.
No.
It's Niall O'Farrell with the 65. That's over the bar. The nod comes from the umpire on the left. That's the Ardscoil Rís into a 1 point lead. That should bring us to half time here. Niall O'Farrell with that 65. And it's Ardscoil Rís leading by a point here as the halftime whistle comes from Michael Kennedy here. Ardscoil Rís with that very, very slim lead at the advantage of a very strong breeze. Jerome, your verdict on that first half?
I mean, look, there's absolutely no doubt about it. I think Terence Fahy and Aidan Hart and Tom Kelly going into the Tulla dressing room, they have to be the happier management team inside there. There's no doubt about it. I think all of their tactics worked for them. They've managed to keep the ball away from Shane O'Brien, restricted him to a score. They've been pretty disciplined in defence as well, not shipping too many easy frees. They've got the tactic of carrying possession. I think their pace can trouble the Ardscoil Rís. They've got Sean Whittingham on scoring form. I think they'd be very, very happy. They're also gone to the dressing room without conceding a goal, having played with that breeze. Okay, they're a point down, and it won't be what they'll want at the final whistle. But they've got the elements to come. They've traditionally in this campaign have finished strongly. They've been further behind than this and won. So I think they'll be very, very happy. I think Niall Moore and Cormac O'Donovan, and I know the other selector Paul Flanagan isn't here today. He's probably on the bus on the way to Cork to play with the Clare Hurlers this evening. They just need to find some bit of a rhythm, a small bit more energy, match the work rate of Tulla. There's more in Ardscoil Rís that's what we can say, haven't seen their semi-final and quarter-final performance. But so far, a lot of it is that Tulla aren't allowing them to play, so they just need to try and get on top from an Ardscoil point of view.
From Tulla's viewpoint, Michael, what has worked for them throughout that first half was running at the Ardscoil defence. It's opened up gaps for other players at the time. We've seen Colin Cleary with 2 excellent runs. Great balls, one in the left corner here in front of us. Sean Widdicombe is an obvious target, but Ronan O'Connor and Fionn Hickey in particular have really, really impressed when they've been carrying the ball.
That's a key factor that has brought Tulla big into contention for this Harty Cup final, has been their midfield. And one man that has probably done an awful lot of work we haven't mentioned is Derek Keogh. I mean, as senior hurler, he's as good nearly a free taker as Sean Widdicombe, but Widdicombe has got obviously first dibs in it, but he's worked so hard. So Ronan O'Connor, Derek Keogh, well, I must pay tribute to the entire half forward line, and we mentioned Oisin O'Connor, Widdicombe and Hickey. They have stopped Ardscoil at point blank. They're very much trying to set up an attack. They've stopped them. It has saved them. It has given the Tulla defence maybe that extra 1 second to organise. And then bringing out Shane O'Brien and trying to think, with Ardscoil thinking that Adam Hogan would be isolated. The backs have. The men that have gone in place of Hogan while he's been out on duty has been superb. So for Ardscoil, I still think they probably will come. They've probably got the kick they need now, so they can now use as a motivation factor. They probably thought, oh yeah, we're only to show up here, we'll win this match for 89 points if they believed all the talk. Now they're in a battle, so it's going to be an amazing second half.
Yeah, all square. Well, not all square, I should say. It's Ardscoil Rís leading by a point at half time, the 2 Gaelic grounds in this Harty Cup final. An entertaining second half sure to come after a short break. Welcome back to the TUS Gaelic grounds for the second half of the Harty Cup final between St Joseph's Tulla and Ardscoil Rís of Limerick. Ardscoil hold a 9-8 lead at the end of that first half, but all the talk really at half time has been about Tulla's first half performance into what is increasingly becoming a vicious wind here. I'm joined in commentary by Jerome O'Connell and Michael O'Connor. If I start with you, Michael, we mentioned just before the break at half time Tulla's impressive performance thus far. It's more of the same needed in the second half.
Absolutely, and again, can they keep it going? Automatically now, if you're into backing this game, you'll be saying Tulla will win it comfortably. I'm not quite sure of that. I think Ardscoil will probably get the kick in the pants. They probably just feel they deserve it half time. Their main guns have not. Farrell has scored a couple of points. Unfortunately for them, their main man O'Brien hasn't worked for him. They need scores. Ardscoil, for me, as I said in the first half, needed a goal. If Tulla get a goal, it's going to be worth 2 goals. If Ardscoil get a goal, it'll give them great confidence. But we're talking about draws and extra time here. None of us will be surprised if there's another day out here in this competition.
Jerome, from Ardscoil Rís' point of view, they had a great start in the semi-final against Thurles, a real blitzkrieg of a start. That didn't happen here. They'll want something similar to start this second half.
Yeah, they will, and I suppose, they have the Nina and the Middleton games drawn where, it was nip and tuck and they just came strong enough to see it out. We've spoken an awful lot of Tulla finishing strongly, but I've no doubt that Niall Moran and the management team will point out to Ardscoil Rís that in those Nina games and Middleton games, they finished strongly to ensure they got the victories. So, it's a huge test for both teams, absolutely no doubt about it. Be interesting to see, who can maybe get on top early on. If Tulla can get into their groove and the points start to flow with that wind behind them, it's a very, very long road back for Ardscoil Rís then. But if the Limerick side can get a couple of early scores and bring it to 2 points or to 3 points, we haven't seen anyone go beyond a 2-point lead at the moment yet. Tulla were 8-6 up on 25 minutes. Ardscoil Rís were up 4 points to 2. But no one has really, got ahead and asked serious questions of the opposition. So that's what both managements will be looking for.
It's just Ardscoil Rís. We were waiting for Ardscoil Rís to come back out onto the field. They've now done so. So moments away from throwing from Michael Kennedy, our referee here, for the second half, where Ardscoil Rís hold a 1-point lead here. Doesn't seem initially, certainly no changes on the Tulla side at half time. Ardscoil Rís have made one change there in the first half, number 19, Derek Casey from 6 Mile Bridge, replacing Colin Flynn, but Casey has moved his way up into the forward line. So moments away from throwing here, second half. It'll be St Joseph's Tulla playing from left to right in their white and blue, and Ardscoil Rís in their red and black, as Vince Harrington wins possession immediately onto Niall O'Farrell. O'Farrell has a man on his right. That man is Dylan Lynch, operating at right half forward to start to the second half. There's a little mistake, and Dara Kennedy, danger here if he can get it up into his hand. He got the shot away. Brilliant block from Dara Ryan, has got a bobble around the inside the semicircle there. It's Kennedy that has it again for Ardscoil Rís. Hand pass out isn't the best, and they can mop it up here with Dara Keogh. Can St Joseph's Tulla. It's down the line. He gives it to his midfield partner, Ronan O'Connor. Dylan Lynch got a hurley in, and it's Niall O'Farrell with possession. Goes backwards into the middle of the park now, and it's Cian Scully, their centre back, has it. Scully, so often the deliverer into the forward line, but he's giving it now to Reno Byrne. Byrne on the run. Reno Byrne, the chance opposite, take the point. Jerome, there was a goal chance there surely, but Reno Byrne opted for the point.
Yeah, opened up for Reno Byrne there all of a sudden, but I think he probably did the right thing. Space was being closed down the whole time. But interesting to note as well that Ardscoil Rís have started again with Shane O'Brien back in at full forward. Alongside him is the substitute to come in, Dara Casey.
Yeah, and it's the puck out from Aaron Shanahan, and it's Tulla that have it through Conor O'Donnell. O'Donnell, little step there, gets the shot away. There was a half hook in there from Brian O'Keefe, and off his line comes Shamey Gully. He doesn't need to worry about it though, as that's a wide for St Joseph's Tulla, and only their second wide of the game. So it's been really economic performance from St Joseph's Tulla and Ardscoil Rís, who've only had one wide. This one's out now short towards Mikey Gavin. Gavin takes on a couple of St Joseph's Tulla defenders there, and Mikey Gavin with the pass in towards Cian Scully. Big hit from Derek Yo. Scully has done well initially though, and it's Evan O'Leary that has it. Gives a good pass into the middle of the park for Rian O'Byrne to run onto. O'Byrne has already shown what he can do just moments ago, but he's up against one of the stars on the Tulla side. That's their captain, Ron O'Connor. Brilliant from him, and the pass is good to Sean Whittycombe. Whittycombe unable to get the ball in his hand at the first try. Second attempt it does. Whittycombe, good block down though. Excellent work from Mikey Gavin. As Cian Scully has it now. Scully gets the ball in towards the substitute Derek Casey. He's broken it down towards Shane O'Brien. Adam Hogan, very tight marking. And it's Hogan that's going to come away with it for Tulla. Brilliant from the number 3. And he's got the pass away to Oisín Clune. Clune now racing into the Ardscoil Rís half. Oisín Clune, he'll want it on his left hand side. Oisín Clune with the strike. Oisín Clune with an outstanding score. Brilliant from the Tulla number 7. And we've a 1 point game yet again.
And Oisín Clune done something similar, I think, like that in the semi-final, but the ball was won by his clubmate Adam Hogan, a man that we're going to see an awful lot more of in the Clare jersey. That was a lung buster of a score and a run. That's worth 2 points to Tulla if they can get another score on top of it very quickly.
Yeah, and Ardscoil Rís have been unable to get the ball out of their defence. A sharp puck or ruck develops, but it's Tulla that have it on that far side, and it's Fionn Hickey that takes the shot, and it's a poor effort from Fionn Hickey. May have been better off redeveloping that ball, but either way, it's gone to the left and wide. And it's a wide for St. Joseph's Tulla, the third of the game for them. And Ardscoil Rís have gone short. It's Vince Harrington with the delivery. Bit of space now for JJ Carey. 1 point in that first half from the Napier man. No stranger to this venue. It's Carey on the run. Again, it's Ronan O'Connor chasing with Carey. This man's just escaping for a moment. It's still JJ Carey going. He's been fouled. He was fouled before he got that late hit, and a free in, or free out indeed. Yeah, 3 times catch from JJ Carey. Well spotted by Michael Kennedy, and well spotted as well by Jerome O'Connell next to me.
Yeah, a bit of juggling from JJ there, and just got caught, ran out of space. Probably needed to ship a pass across the goal as he carried in, but just ran out of space.
Tony Layden with the long delivery into the Ardscoil Rís full back line. Shamey Gully is off his line. Evan O'Leary is there. O'Leary under pressure from Colin Cleary has managed to nudge that one over his own end line. That's going to be a 65 for Sean Whittycombe, and Whittycombe with 6 points in that first half. He scored a 65 into the breeze. You'd imagine he'll certainly have the distance here. It's all about accuracy for the St. Joseph's Tulla centre forward. But it's Ardscoil Rís that have held their 1 point lead. The start of the second half, he played nearly 4.5 minutes. And Niall Moore giving instructions there to his half forward. That man is Oisín O'Farrell. Yet to get really into the game has Oisín O'Farrell. He's a very talented player. And just a bit of movement in the Ardscoil Rís forward line maybe after those instructions from Niall Moran. But back to play, and it's Sean Whittycombe with the 65. As I mentioned, popped one over in the first half. Distance should be no problem for Sean Whittycombe from the Tulla club as well. And over the bar it goes. 35 minutes nearly played here, and we're level for a 7th time, Michael.
Absolutely. I think Tulla could win this game with a bit to spare if they can get more out of their full forward line. Up to now, Whittycombe has been delivering. If Tulla can get 2 or 3 points more from outside of Whittycombe, they look in a very strong position.
And Derek Hughes picked up that
and there goes one of the points I'm talking about.
We're gone into the lead immediately. Breaking ball from the puck out. Shamey Gully's puck out. Kyo was onto it in a second and straight over the bar, Joe.
Yeah, and that's 3 points in a row again for Tulla, and they've had 2 wides as well. That's 7 shots at goal and only 5 minutes played.
Yeah, it was Whittycombe well hooked in as he tried to pop that one over. Now it's Mikey Gavin for Ardscoil Rís. Gavin inside to Cian Scully. Advantage being played. Comes out to JJ Carey. They're going to look for the delivery, and it's going to be in to Dara Casey. Casey, the touch wasn't there for his point of view, and Dara Ryan has done well to come out with it. Dara Ryan still going. Gets the hand pass down the field towards his number 10. That's Oisín O'Connor. Oisín O'Connor by Mikey Gavin. Oisín's on the run. He's been fouled by the Ardscoil Rís number 7. And maybe even a chance now for Sean Whittycombe inside his own 65. He'll fancy his chances from here, Michael.
Absolutely. I think Sean, on a day, could be scoring from his own 45 when he comes up. But again, it's simple determination. It's not the prettiest game of hurling, but every ball has been contested like it's an All-Ireland final. Now, Ardscoil now need probably to go get that goal that we were talking about. They're not going to win this match point for point, because Tulla are and if Tulla, just keep saying to you, if they're able to get a couple of scores out of Oisin O'Connor, Fionn Hickey, Cleary and Owen McMahon, if they were to get 1 point each, it's worth a lot more psychologically.
Just inside the Ardscoil Rís, his own 65, I should say. Sean Whittycomb's going to drop short. Dangerous ball, bobbling around. It's gone out past the 14-metre line. And there's a needless foul given away by Joe Fitzgerald there. Blatant pushing it back on Owen McMahon. And it's a very simple free for Sean Whittycomb from here. And it's been brought into the middle of the goal as well for a bit of back chat from Ardscoil Rís. So Whittycomb was unable to throw the long-range free over the bar. You can be sure Jerome, he'll more than likely pop this one over.
Yeah, and as I said, just at the start of the half, this puts 2 between it, and it gives Tulla that opportunity to get a first 3-point lead and to start putting a little bit of a margin between the teams. They've been on top for the opening 7 minutes here so far. Ardscoil Rís got the first score of the game, but since then it's been all Tulla, and they're now 2 points clear.
No problem for Sean Whittycomb there. That's another point for him. Second of the second half.
Just add in, nearly a minute was wasted from the first free. They went short to win the free. That's a minute's time gone. But Sean walked to that free. He didn't run to it. He knows what he's doing.
Puck out comes towards Oisin O'Farrell, but it's won there initially by St. Joseph's Tulla, and it's Dylan Lynch unable to get clean possession for Ardscoil Rís. And it's Ardscoil that do have it over on that far side now. It's Brian O'Keefe who gets it away to Oisin O'Farrell. O'Farrell with the delivery in towards Shane O'Brien. Ardscoil Rís needs Shane O'Brien to do something, and it's O'Brien now being met by good marking again from Adam Hogan. O'Brien somehow gets that shot away. It's going to drop short though, and it's caught on the line by Aaron Shannon. Shannon with the short one out to Mikey McMahon. McMahon had a bit of time, immediately met though by Dylan Lynch, and McMahon still going, just flicks it across, and it's a good pass to Fionn Hickey. Hickey delivers, but he's hooked well. Brilliant hook over there by Dylan Lynch, kept to his task, and maybe a chance for Ardscoil Rís to keep this attack going.
And absolutely, John, and if that had been in the first half, that ball would have gone over the bar. But with the breeze against him now, he was just short that couple of metres. And again, another surging run to the centre here by Tulla.
Yeah, Tony Layden here doing well to find Ronan O'Connor. It's O'Connor on the run again. Good weaving run from Ronan O'Connor. The mishit pass though falls to Colin Cleary. It's Cleary going through now. Colin Cleary, just a little flick of the wrist for Colin Cleary. And that's the 3-point lead for St. Joseph's Tulla. And that's exactly what they've been looking for, Jerome.
Yeah, and that's, Ardscoil Rís were 10 points to 8 up here at the start of this second half. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 5 in a row for Tulla now. Their gander is up. They're the ones doing all the hurling here at the moment. Yeah,
and it's Fionn Hickey who's dropped back into that half-back line, helping out. Delivers this one low, but it's Ardscoil Rís man that's there first. It's Evan O'Leary. Little slip from Evan O'Leary. Still trying to win it though as the Ahan clubman. It's a 50-50 battle here. It's Joe Fitzgerald has come out with it from Ardscoil Rís' point of view. Tries to find JJ Carey in the middle. Good control from Carey. He's got Derek Kennedy with him as JJ Carey decides to give it in high to Shane O'Brien. David Kennedy has come out from his corner forward position, but it's all St. Joseph's Tulla at the moment. It's going to fall though for Joe Fitzgerald mopping up. He's under pressure, delivers a ball out towards Dylan Lynch, and Lynch was trying to let that one past him. Fionn Ryan was having none of it from Tulla's point of view. And away comes Derek Keogh, has picked up the loose ball as Keogh. He's got a wonder score already in this half. He's looking for another as Derek Keogh, with 40 minutes played, as St. Joseph's Tulla are into a 4-point lead.
Absolutely. We said before the game we were Ronan O'Connor and people like that, but Derek Keogh has done some work unseen in the first half. He won 7 or 8 balls, he came out, moved sharp. They're 2 match-winning scores. It's all to play for now, but Tulla definitely are on top.
And it's all Tulla at the moment here as Mikey Gavin struggles to come out of defence with possession. Gavin eventually gets a half pass away. He took too much out of the ball, and Tulla through Sean Whittycomb have picked up the pieces here, but Whittycomb maybe a little rash trying to put one over from miles out, and Shamey Gully has been able to deal with that one relatively easily as Vince Harrington delivers. It's not the best of balls from Harrington, caught up in the wind. Mikey McMahon is there for Tulla yet again, delivers in towards his corner forward. McMahon again, Joe Fitzgerald is there, gives it to Shamey Gully. Gully, good low ball to Vince Harrington. They're working through the lines now, Ardscoil Rís. It's Scully to Oisin O'Farrell, it's in again to Vince Harrington. Lovely work here from Ardscoil Rís before JJ Carey delivers towards Shane O'Brien, the double marked Shane O'Brien as he is now. It's Niall O'Farrell there, Derek Kennedy, maybe there's a goal chance here. They need it to Ardscoil Rís. As Shane O'Brien has gone low, he's half hooked. Great block for Oisin Clune, I think it was. It's going to end up in a 65 for Ardscoil Rís, Jerome. But Shane O'Brien had the chance there.
Yeah, I think that was the only 2 or 3 seconds there's been silence here in the TUS Gaelic grounds when Shane O'Brien got that one. You know, it was a huge moment, and I think it was Oisin Clune that probably got the half black back on Shane O'Brien. It was goal in his mind, and it was a goal that Ardscoil Rís needed.
And there was 3 or 4 Tulla backs ranging in, and there was no such thing as a free shot. I suppose another day he may need to take 2 more steps, but he knew if he took them he was going to be on the ground.
It's going to result here in a 65 as St Joseph's Tulla line up their first sub of the game. That's the Tulla clubman Aaron Curtis that looks to be readying to come on this St Joseph's Tulla side as Niall O'Farrell has the towel out and wipes the slitter, trying to get it as dry as possible here and trying to reduce St Joseph's Tulla lead to a goal. We're going to have the substitution. We're not going to have the substitution before the 65. Either way, Niall O'Farrell with 6 points in the first half. Looking at his total here. Plenty of noise coming from the Tulla fans here as Niall O'Farrell strikes this one. Nothing wrong with that from the Broadford man. And it's over the bar from Niall O'Farrell. And a score, Jerome, that they badly needed.
Yeah, really did. You know, 6 points in a row for Tulla. Ardscoil Rís had to try and stop it, and you know they've done it. They got the foothold. Still only a score between them at 14 points to 11, but Tulla are certainly on top.
Yeah, and that's the substitution now. Aaron Curtis is on for Owen McMahon. Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, Owen normally comes off after about 45 minutes every game. The Tulla management they're nearly like clockwork. He had a tough day today. He was in a very, very good corner back in Evan there. He won a free there just before but it really wasn't going for him. So I suppose Tulla need an extra spurt now up, and there's time to make those changes.
A foul on Dara Scully. Hefty challenge on Scully there, on Keane Scully I should say. And Keane will take the free himself. And Michael Kennedy having a word with the Tulla player there. Said it was a high challenge. Could be the first card of the game too.
And Ardscoil Rís are again rotating Shane O'Brien out, trying to get something out of him. And likewise, they've put in Oisin O'Farrell as the smoke bombs go off here to our left in the TUS Gaelic grounds. But Ardscoil Rís just need to get something from those forwards. You know, they're not getting the scoring return from the ball that's going in there.
It's Keane Scully with the delivery. Dylan Lynch doing well to win this. Lynch with the hand pass inside here as it gets difficult to see from the commentary box, but you can certainly see Rian O'Byrne, and Rian O'Byrne has got a much needed score for Ardscoil Rís here. It's a 2-point game again, Michael.
That's right, that's Rian's second score. He got the first score straight after that time. Initially you would have thought that Tulla were going to box on and maybe get another couple of points, but it has stalled slightly in the last couple of minutes. I think Ardscoil now are bringing on possibly someone now. I think number 10 is.
Yeah, it looks like Diarmuid Stritch is coming on here for Ardscoil Rís. The man to come off is Oisin O'Farrell. So that second substitution for Ardscoil Rís. As this puck out from Aaron Shannon goes out to far side looking for Derek Keogh. Keogh up against Mikey Gavin, and there's another Tulla man there as well, Oisin O'Connor, but it's Derek Keogh in possession here. Good work from Keogh, but Mikey Gavin got a flick on. It's battle for possession again. It's Oisin O'Connor that has it here for St Joseph Tulla, but again it's dispossessed, and JJ Carey comes away for Ardscoil Rís. JJ Carey down the far side looking to deliver, gets the pass away. He's looking towards one of his subs there. Tony Layden was there for St Joseph's Tulla, but it's Oisin O'Farrell. It's still on the field, so we'll have to get that checked in a moment or so. It's Oisin O'Farrell still running here. The substitution hasn't happened yet. There's been a push in the back, has there, or has gone out over the sideline. Either way, it's Ardscoil Rís possession. The substitution hasn't happened yet, and the long-haired Diarmuid Stritch is now to come onto the pitch.
Yeah, and you know, we thought with 6 in a row there, the Tulla were really building a foundation. But I suppose, if anything, it's woken Ardscoil Rís up, and can see Niall Moore outside in the sideline, swinging the arms, urging for more out there. And I suppose, you know, they were at the situation at 14 points to 10 that it was to do something, or this game was going to be massively gone from you. And, you know, they've made a couple of switches, they've made a couple of personnel changes and positional switches. And, you know, they're after finding, you know, 2 scores and a chance for Niall O'Farrell to get another and to bring us back to a 1-point game all of a sudden. So, you know, from a case where Tulla would have been really, really happy, all of a sudden, you know, Tulla just maybe asking themselves a little bit of questions again.
And a question I'm just wondering, have Tulla got a strong panel to meet a team that's going? We've said that Tulla finished every game stronger than their opponents. It's now going to be interesting to see if they meet an opponent that can match them punch for punch for the next 15 minutes. Have they a panel? Ardscoil look like they have a couple of players that can give something. It's questionable whether Tulla have those players to come on to finish out the game.
Adam Hogan was the man down injured there for St. Joseph's Tulla before Niall Farrell was lining up this free. He's gone out again to take his position to mark Shane O'Brien when this ball goes dead, but it's Niall Farrell looking for point number 8, the Ardscoil Rís number 11, and he's put that one to the left and wide. It's a big chance to put one between the teams, Jerome, but the angle wasn't great for a left-handed free taker.
No, that was always going to be a tricky free for Niall O'Farrell, and it's Ardscoil Rís' first wide at a half and just second of the entire game.
Puck out coming from Aaron Shanahan, delivered straight down the middle here. It was Colin Cleary trying to win it over on that side, but Ronan O'Connor has won the possession here. It's Ronan O'Connor on the run. He's going to get the strike away. Is Ronan O'Connor, not one of his better ones today though. Gone to the left and wide. Michael, it's noticeable when Tulla in this second half, they've had a bit more wides and a bit more panicking maybe when the shooting chances come.
Absolutely, they can see the winning post in front of them now, and I suppose normally he would, in the first half, he'd run that ball into someone's hand, but you think he can put everything over the bar. But that's a good free, maybe not the hardest free in the world, but it was a soft free to give away. That's going to give Whitcomb now 30 seconds to settle down Wrexham. If it goes over 3 points again, definitely a game where if the first goal is going to win this title.
Yeah, it's an extremely tight contest here, 2 between the sides at the moment here. We've played 17 and a half minutes of this second half, and Sean Whitcomb midway between the Ardscoil Rís 45 and 65 metre lines. It's Whitcomb has shown so far in this game. It doesn't really matter where the free is, angle wise, is well capable of putting it over the bar as the Tulla centre forward. Whitcomb with the strike, it's gone high, and it's good from the umpire's point of view, and it's over the bar for St. Joseph's Tulla, who now go into a 15 points to 12 lead. And Jerome, as Michael mentioned, a goal may be needed by Ardscoil Rís to get back into this.
Yeah, it does look like a goal would win this, and I suppose Dylan Lynch for me in the first half and Reno Byrne maybe very early in the second half had half chances. Dara
Keogh there with this shot, and again it's gone to the left and wide, struggling from that angle. Have Tulla in this second half, have 3 or 4 wides from that position as Shamey Gully launches this one towards Shane O'Brien. Beautiful control from Shane O'Brien for getting the ball into his hand. He's been dispossessed though again. Adam Hogan and Oisín Clune together dispossessing the danger man, the Ardscoil Rís side. It's gone in towards the full forward line. Good work from Joe Fitzgerald initially, but Mikey Gavin then gets the strike away. Gavin down the same line here, and it's going to be added to and tried to by Niall O'Farrell, but Oisín Clune has been absolutely outstanding at centre back for the St. Joseph's Tulla side, and it's good ball in looking for Cleary. Again, Joe Fitzgerald is there. He went for the man instead of the ball. It's still bobbling around. Evan O'Leary has lost his footing there as well. Fitzgerald is in. There's plenty of Tulla lads in there as well. It bobbles. It's come out though. It's good work back there in the end. And it's Cian Scully that's come out. Brilliant work from the centre back. And John Fitzgerald did enough in the end. The Ardscoil Rís full back. And Cian Scully launches this towards Niall O'Farrell. O'Farrell under pressure from Oisín Clune, but O'Farrell has options in the middle. That option is Vince Harrington. Harrington looking to deliver. There's 2 men on inside on Dara Casey. One of them is Tony Layden, the centre back, but it's going to be cleared by Dara Ryan from Tulla's point of view. Flicked on by Oisín Clune. It's Oisín O'Connor on the run now. No foul, says the referee. It looked a free from our angle here. Wild swing and a hurley from Mikey Gavin. Referee Michael Kennedy, maybe feeling a bit sorry for his namesake at the moment, decides to play away.
Absolutely.
And it's on the run again. Cian Scully with the delivery towards Dara Casey. Flicks it down. Shane O'Brien on the run. This is what Ardscoil Rís want. This is what Ardscoil Rís need. Shane O'Brien provides it. And again, Jerome O'Connell, we have a 2-point game.
Yeah, great score there from Shane O'Brien, because the last couple of balls that have gone into that Ardscoil Rís full back line, Tulla are clearing them every time. They're not trying to catch the ball, they're just batting it down inside. They usually have 3 against 2. They're winning the possession, they're coming out. That time Shane O'Brien just latched onto the breaking ball and didn't need too much space, and a good score. Again, its next score is huge because Tulla can get back to 3, or can Ardscoil cut it just to the 1 point.
And obviously there was a big debate there about that last. There could have been a free 2-point turnaround in a minute.
Yeah, Evan O'Leary winning possession here for Ardscoil Rís to JJ Carey. Carey delivering towards Dylan Lynch. Good tight marking, but Lynch has got it into his hand. Maybe a bit of space for Dylan Lynch to get the shot away. This would be an excellent and badly needed score again for Ardscoil Rís, and that's what exactly Dylan Lynch has provided. Jerome, one of the scores of the game.
Yeah, it's a great score from Dylan, you know, and I think he was probably checking himself. Did he have the distance from there? It looked like he was going to put it on the hurley and run it, but that's a great score, and 2 in a row for Ardscoil Rís.
1 point game again here in the Harty Cup final. The TUS sponsored Harty Cup final as Conor O'Donnell is on the run here. There's room for Fionn Hickey. Hickey's going towards goal. Evan O'Leary's there. Great step from Hickey. Saved by the keeper. And Gully has got it away as well. Brilliant work from the Ardscoil Rís keeper. He's looking for a free as well. May not get it, Jerome, but that could be a huge turning point in this game.
That was a super save from Jamie Gully. To be honest, you know, I thought it had goal written all over it, and it was a great move from Tulla. Some great pace again. I think it was Fionn Hickey when he checked inside. I mean, it was just goal on his mind, and the closer he went, you didn't think Jamie had any chance, but did really, really well. Great save. Managed to clear his lines as well. He's out for a 65 for Sean Widdicombe, but you know, a great save. We've spoken about how important we think a goal is going to be. A save just as important.
Yeah, a huge one, and if Widdicombe can put this over the bar, it'll be consolation for Tulla. But if he misses, well, there's no danger of that happening today. Beautiful strike again from the Tulla centre forward, and Michael O'Connor. Maybe just a settler for Tulla as well.
Absolutely. Fionn Hickey did absolutely nothing wrong. Super shot. Gully did everything he possibly could. Went down for 6-5. But now Widdicombe has gone into double scores. 10 points to the day. JJ
Carey now with this ball, delivering again towards Dylan Lynch, met by Fionn Ryan, but Dylan Lynch not getting to that one. Fionn Ryan has slipped as he wins possession of it. Gets the pass away to Tony Layden. Layden's clearance is a good one. Down towards Conor O'Donnell and a couple of other men as well, but Evan O'Leary has so often been the case in this game, is there for Ardscoil Rís. Vince Harrington trying to win it as well. Harrington has done beautifully to get that ball into his hand under severe pressure. Tries to find his Napier teammate Dylan Lynch, and Lynch will eventually win possession after a bit of help from Niall O'Farrell. Lynch went for the outrageous point, didn't happen, got the hook, and Tony Layden again gets the clearance away for St. Joseph's Tulla here, who are leading by 2 points in this Harty Cup final. 53 minutes of it played, and it's Ardscoil Rís that are maybe just turning the tide a little bit here. Mikey Gavin's on the run. Great work again from Ronan O'Connor. He'd been tugged back again. It was Oisin O'Connor, I should say, but it's Ronan O'Connor now. Oisin had been fouled. Mikey Gavin got away with it, and it's now Adam Hogan for St. Joseph's Tulla. Hogan with a barnstorming run, gets the pass away to his captain Ronan O'Connor. It's O'Connor on the run. He's got a man outside. It's Conor O'Donnell. There's a man coming as well. That's the Aaron Curtis, the substitute. Derek Yo had a chance, but it's John Fitzgerald for Ardscoil Rís. Gets it in to Dara Stritch. Stritch delivers towards Dara Casey. Casey gets the ball down. It's worked a few moments ago for Shane O'Brien's point, but again, there's 50-50 balls, and Tulla are just doing enough to win it. It's Derek Yo delivering again. Good catch from Mikey Gavin. Gavin delivering long towards Dara Casey. Casey for once has a bit of space to run into. Dara Casey now can't get the ball in his hand. Eventually does, taking on a couple of Tulla defenders. Flicks it inside towards Shane O'Brien. Big catch from O'Brien. Shane O'Brien showing his strength. Does he have to finish? Brilliant hook from Derek Yo. O'Brien still goes. Gets it at the second attempt. Looks back outside. A low one into David Kennedy. Kennedy taken off him by Stritch. Maybe a mistake from Ardscoil Rís' point of view. A vital possession this one surely is. And it's Tulla that have it. It's Oisin Clune that has it. And he's gone down into the 65. Oisin Clune gets the hand pass away. It's Conor O'Donnell now. It's not. It's Colin Cleary for Tulla. It's Cleary still going. This could be huge. He just couldn't get the ball into his hand. He's got it in his hand now. And it's Cleary with the shot. It's Cleary with the point. And Tulla lead by 3 again.
And absolutely, that score was created, no doubt, obviously finished by Cleary. But Darren Keogh, who to me is testing Ronan O'Connor for Tulla's best man. The two of them, the midfield pairing, got that ball to him for what is a huge score. 3 points up with 5 minutes to go.
And it's Tulla on the run again here into Ronan O'Connor. It's Ronan O'Connor with a beautiful turn. It's O'Connor with the shot. Just his accuracy leaves him down again. And there's going to be another substitute here for Ardscoil Rís. Number 22 coming onto their side is Sam Hickey from Adair. He's coming on for Dara Casey. So Dara Casey on in the first half has been replaced. And Ardscoil Rís have made another sub here as Shamie Gully gets ready to take this. Long ball delivered. And it's battle for possessions. Mikey Gavin has it. Mikey Gavin under severe pressure again by a whole host of Tulla defenders, and it's Ronan O'Connor yet again winning the ball here. Surely a contender for man of the match, and it's going to be Ardscoil Rís winning possession again though. It's Gavin takes the pass from Niall O'Farrell, and it's still Tulla in possession. Battle for possession again, and again it's Oisin Clune that has it. Clune had a man that's outside. That man is Fionn Hickey. Hickey's gone for the long one, but again it's gone to the left and wide. And Michael, we're in the dying stages here.
The last 3 or 4 wides for Tulla, you can't criticise a team that's only hit I think 6 or 7 wides in the whole game and 3 points up, but it's as I said, it's squeaky time now because Ardscoil get one attack, they have to go for goal.
Yeah,
and Tulla need 1 more point to win the game.
The recently introduced substitutions, Hickey and Stritch. It's Stritch that gets the shot away. It's going to drop in and around the edge of the square. It's not being able to keep in play, and it's a needless wide there for Ardscoil Rís, Jerome.
Yeah, just the third wide of the game. We've had such a small number of wides. A credit to the shooting of both sides, but just need a goal. You know, we've had very, very few goal chances in the whole game. Maybe 2 half chances for Ardscoil Rís that both resulted in points, but really very little goal mouth action aside from the great save from Shamey Gully just a few minutes ago.
Long puck out from Aaron Shanahan. It's going to bounce, and there's a foot race on here between Aaron Curtis and over on that far side it's Vince Harrington. Curtis surely fouled the Ardscoil Rís number 5, and referee Michael Kennedy agrees. It's going to be a free for Ardscoil Rís. We've played 57.5 minutes of this TUS Harty Cup final, and it's St. Joseph's Tulla that hold the 3-point lead, 17 points to Ardscoil Rís' 14 here. And it's Cian Scully with this one. It goes short with it. A chance for Newman in there. It's into Stritch again. Stritch has it. The Clonlara man on the run. He's got plenty of pace, does Diarmuid Stritch, still going. Gets the pass away to JJ Kerr. Niall O'Farrell, in fact. Pass again comes to Sam Hickey. Hickey's shot is blocked. Comes to Stritch. He couldn't get it up in his hand. As St. Joseph's Tulla through Ronan O'Connor yet again. Captain's performance. Captain Marvel for Tulla this afternoon. As Cian Scully tries to win this one for Ardscoil Rís. They need a goal. They need something from Scully. Flicked away from him brilliantly by Conor O'Donnell. Surely Tulla's game at this stage. It's in towards Curtis. John Fitzgerald is there for Ardscoil Rís. And Fitzgerald on the run decides to go to Brian O'Keefe. O'Keefe wearing 12 but operating in the half back line for most of this game. Now it's to Mikey Gavin. Gavin trying to run with it under pressure immediately. It's been so often the case in this game. Ronan O'Connor with the challenge. Mikey Gavin can't get a clean hand pass away to Niall O'Farrell. O'Farrell gets the hurley in, kicked away. It's going to drop though. It's going to drop for Dylan Lynch. Dylan Lynch capable of doing damage here. Can't get the ball in his hand. Now it's Reno Byrne. He's got 2 points in the second half. Chance maybe enough for Dylan Lynch. Lynch steps past 1. He steps past 2. The pass though to Shane O'Brien isn't the best. O'Brien versus Hogan. It's Shane O'Brien back inside to Dylan Lynch. Lynch is through. Goal chance. Dylan Lynch. It's put it wide. It isn't. It's gone to the right and wide. What a chance for Ardscoil Rís. But it's gone to the right and wide. Lynch is claiming he was hit after the ball by the keeper, the onrushing Aaron Shanahan. But Jerome O'Connell inches in it, and it's gone in Tulla's favour.
Absolute inches in it. In fairness to Dylan Lynch, did the right thing. You know, tried to bat it in when he didn't have the space. The right men that they wanted involved in it, Shane O'Brien and Dylan Lynch, trying to create the space. To be fair to Hogan, he did well initially on Shane O'Brien by ensuring that he was moving out towards the sideline the whole time, because the last thing he needed was Shane O'Brien cutting back inside him. So, you know, he's done an outstanding job from start to finish on Shane O'Brien this afternoon. He hasn't hit an amount of ball himself, but the amount of times he's just batted high balls down, flicked it away from Shane O'Brien, and again there, really, really good defending, just keeping your man going towards the sideline. He still managed to get it back into Dylan Lynch, but the amount of bodies that was in there made it really, really hard for Lynch to finish.
We're going to have 2 minutes of added time here as Tony Layden eventually gets up after receiving some treatment. So 2 minutes for Ardscoil Rís to pull something out of the bag. They need maybe not a miracle, Michael, but they need something quite quick.
A miracle in the shape of a goal. That to me was probably the winning and losing of the game for the two sides, unless something comes up in the next minute or so. Tulla get 1 more point to win, but Dylan Lynch has been very, very good for Ardscoil in the second half. Probably deserved a goal, but he didn't get it. But the intensity of the Tulla backs has, if they win the title, has won. And also the entire tackling from 1 to 15, even when the cause was lost, they got a hook in the block, and the amount of mistakes that Ardscoil made under pressure from the Tulla team.
Vince Harrington with the delivery for Ardscoil Rís. It's Niall O'Farrell. Again, Oisin Clune and Ron O'Connor next to it. The ball comes now towards Oisin O'Connor. It was Ron O'Connor in the middle of the park. Mikey Gavin has a physical challenge from the Ardscoil Rís number 7. He's going to win it too initially, but Oisin O'Connor has got the hurley in. Just delays Ardscoil Rís even clearing the ball. Comes into the middle to Vince Harrington. Harrington, he's got Dermot Stritch with him. He just kicks it along, just trying to get it under pressure. It's Stritch now. He's had a good performance. He came on, just slips at the vital time, but gets the ball away to Vince Harrington. Ardscoil Rís, who said a moment ago they need a goal and they need it fast. It's a chance ball now. It's Cian Scully going for it. Cian Scully blocked down brilliantly by Dara Ryan. It's cleared by Mikey McMahon. And there's a block from Ardscoil Rís. In comes the boot of Oisin Clune, an outstanding performer throughout this game. It's onto his left and it's cleared downfield. Chance there for Mikey Gavin to win it. It's gone over his head. Gavin gets back though for Ardscoil Rís. He's got JJ Carey with him. He's gone for the long one. It's not a good hit. And it's Fionn Hickey with the shot. He's gone high and long. Has Fionn Hickey with the shot. And Shamey Gully opts to leave it. Go to the right and wide.
The Harty's over.
The Tulla fans and sideline men are on the field. The referee has not blown full time despite what Tulla have thought. Shamey Gully's going to get another chance to puck this one out. Mayhem here at the TUS Gaelic grounds as Tulla look to have won this. They're moments away from a historic victory. The puck out comes from Shamey Gully. Fionn Hickey is there, made drop for JJ Carey. We've played 30 seconds of added time here, of added time I should say, as JJ Carey gives it back to Dermot Stritch. Stritch under pressure again from a couple of Tulla men, and it's working for Tulla. Everything they've done today, it's huge as Tulla have it. There's the full-time whistle. Historic victory for St. Joseph Tulla. They've beaten Ardscoil Rís in the Harty Cup final by 3 points, 17 points to 14. Unbelievable scenes here as the fans and substitutes and backroom team stream onto the field here at the TUS Gaelic grounds. Joyous scenes from this Tulla crowd. Amazing to see. Michael O'Connor, what a huge win for St. Joseph's Tulla.
Just a huge romance when a team wins their first ever major A hurling competition in any sport. Tulla have deserved this. They were close in 2020, then COVID came in, but the work rate that management team have been at, Terence Fahey, Aidan Hart and Tomas Kelly in the backroom team in Tulla, the small school of 600 or 700 pupils, I think 650, 700 pupils, they put the effort in, they're deserving. There's great, I think there's 7 clubs servicing that school. In 1981 they won an All-Ireland B hurling title. They won a Canaan Cup a couple of years ago. They won a Munster Senior B 6 years ago when they beat CBC over in Ballygran on a dirty day this time of the year. But for them, they didn't care about the All-Ireland Colleges Championship. They wanted the Harty Cup.
Jerome, from Tulla's joyous scenes we say, we always have to look at the other side. Ardscoil Rís, mainly down to Tulla, of course, could never get their full game flowing today.
No, we're never allowed. Credit to the Tulla management and players. I think they got their tactics spot on. They ensured that Ardscoil Rís didn't get into their flow at all. Crucially, they denied them right to the very death in scoring any goals, which Ardscoil have done, along the way to getting here. But, no doubt about it, on today's display, the better team are after winning here, and, joyous scenes here. If this was Croke Park and there was a large digital screen, it would have said Plan B, because there was a line of stewards down here in front of the Mackey stand, but they had no chance of stopping the supporters getting onto the field after this, and rightly so. Great scenes out there, and credit to Tulla. I think, all of their top men for me probably stood up today. Yeah. From the full back line out where they had Adam Hogan, was detailed with a job to mark Shane O'Brien. Not a job that too many would have wanted to take on, but he took it on with absolute aplomb, and it's not the first time he's done it. He's done it in each round of the competition as well, where he's picked up the ace marksman. And if you want to see a man marking job, he did it to an absolute T today. And just outside him then, Oisin Clune, again, a heroic display in the half-back line. And the two guys in midfield, Reno Byrne and JJ Carey, have been vital to Ardscoil Rís all year. To be fair, they were not allowed to be the engine room today for Ardscoil Rís, because, from the word go, Ronan O'Connor and Dara Keogh have just been absolute powerhouses for Tulla. They were the foundation for us. They didn't get all the scores. Sean Whitcomb got the majority of the scores, but the two boys in midfield, they're two names to watch out for. Two huge engines, and what a proud occasion for for Ronan O'Connor go up and lift the cup, and Tulla now join, the famous St. Flannans and in the CBS as Clare Harty Cup winners.
That's right, in the CBS one 62, and Flannans are 21 or 22 titles. But for Tulla now.
Yeah, you're just seeing here, Michael, as well as we finish up before the presentation, Ronan O'Connor being carried off in joyous scenes as well. It's a magnificent thing. That's all from us in the commentary for the moment. It's a joyous day for St. Joseph's Tulla. Stay with us for the presentation and post-match reaction.
What's wrong with it? We won't let the cup down. We'll keep the cup here, so. Yeah, forget about it, yeah.
So we're just going to start off with the Man of the Match award, and I think you'd all be glad to hear it's Ronan O'Connor. Excuse me. Ronan's going to present the trophy by our new partners, Professor Vincent Canaan and Jimmy Brown. So congratulations to Ronan. Okay, to start off with the presentation. Bawalem Cohars to Hurd, Golfern, Osclay, Yuntukanyo. Bawalem Cohar just Meshilta, a Hurd, Isunfern, and Vuig TUS, Cornan Hartig, Kalasha Yosef Tulla. Commiserations to Ardscoil Rís. You can be proud of yourselves in the way you represented your school and your families here today. Congratulations on getting to the final, and best of luck in the All-Ireland Series. So just continuing on, I'm delighted here today for the first time to welcome our new partners, TUS, the Technological University of Shannon. On behalf of the Munster Post-Primary Schools GA and on behalf of all the post-primary schools, we'd like to welcome Professor Vincent Canaan, Aidan Harty and Jimmy Brown. Both the Munster Post-Primary Schools and TUS are committed to our students, and we look forward to working with TUS over the next 3.5 years. I'd like to thank referee Michael Kennedy and his officials for the super job you did today in officiating the game. I'd like to thank Mike Reardon, Lermit J, the ground staff and management here at TUS Gaelic Grounds for giving us the field for such a prestigious final. I'd like to thank the Munster Council for your continued support to the Munster Post-Primary Schools. And special mention to Owen Ryan for the superb job he's doing in running all of our 700 games, along with all the servicing officers. Owen, without their leadership and work, these games would not be run properly. I'd like to thank Ed Donnelly for your commitment to making sure that followers are up to date on social media, through Twitter and through our website, and Ed's super job on the programme again today. I'd like to thank our very hard-working committee. Okay, all the committee you have in place for your time and your expertise, and to make sure that our games are run and organised and promoted in such a professional manner. I'd like to thank Declan Fitzgerald, our Vice Chairperson. I'd like to thank David Minogue, our Secretary. I'd like to thank Hugh Flavin, our Treasurer. I'd like to thank Mike Nash, our All-Ireland School Representative. And I'd like to thank Dima Manley, who's the Chair of the All-Ireland Post-Primary Schools. Thanks, guys. I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the great work that both sets of mentors are doing in promoting Gaelic games in your schools. Without your knowledge, dedication and commitment, neither team would be in the final today. We're nearly there. I'd like to thank the boards of management. I'd like to thank the boards of management, the principals and the teachers
Toss on down arm. Turn on Harty big locker. There's some fire in the morning. I'd just like to take this opportunity as well just to thank a few people. First of all, I know it's already been said, but the Gaelic Grounds for letting us use the facilities today, and obviously it's in unreal condition. To the officials, refs, linesmen, umpire, obviously wouldn't be possible without them. Came out, did a great job. A huge thank you to our supporters. I know it's cliche, but genuinely this year have been our 16th man when we've been down 5, 6, 7 points. Have honestly dragged us out of it, so just a huge thank you to them. Massive thanks to our 3 managers, Mr. Fahy, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Hart. Who since September and since we came into the school in first year have just drove this whole thing on and just made absolutely everything possible. So without them, none of us would be here. I wouldn't be standing here. So just a huge round of applause for those 3 lads. And lastly, just to everyone who came here today, supported us all year, I want to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to everyone of you. And of course, to our opponents, Ardscoil, who obviously gave us a great game today. Could have gone either way, and to be in a Harty Cup final obviously is a huge achievement. And obviously they'll be in the All-Ireland series anyways, which I'm sure they'll have a big say in. So just 3 cheers to Ardscoil. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip.
Let's do so! Can we bring this a moment?
Once the pitch has been clear, so please come off the field. For the appearance of an honour, please come to the presentation area at the front of the stand. The appearance of a boy called Connor. Alright, we'll be back to please vacate the field. The Tulla team will get the cup once the field has been vacated. Please leave the field.
Ron O'Connor, Ronan, joined by St. Joseph's Tulla captain Ron O'Connor. Ronan, it's going to be hard to sum it up, but can you try anyway immediately after the game? Some performance from you.
Just absolutely unbelievable from us, like just to see as well what it means to the fans, to the families, everyone here. Just so incredibly proud of what we've just done. So happy, so proud.
Such an amazing year for you from start to finish, really. That defeat against De La Salle at the start of the season, you were able to come back, and a real feature of our games was that comeback ability, for want of a better word, and really you were able to produce it then massively on the biggest day of all.
Yeah, I suppose starting off that De La Salle game, like we would have felt we like missed chances that day, but looking back now, it was probably the best thing that ever happened to us, how we were able to bounce back from that game. And even then within games, coming back from 5, 6, 7 points, it's just the spirit, the character in this group is just unreal. I'm just so proud to be a part of it,
You were massive underdogs going into the game against the famed Ardscoil Rís school and team, you know, huge history behind them, not so much history from your point of view. Was that any kind of a burden going into the game, or were you just fully focused on the task ahead?
No, every game going in we would have been total underdogs. Look at the names we played: De La Salle, Coleman, CBC, and now Ardscoil, like all big traditional Harty Cup sides. But we always knew what was in the group, so we never really let it get to us what other people were saying. Just from like our managers, the belief they instilled in us, we always had that belief that we could come up here and compete. So just unreal to be able to prove it to everyone.
From your own point of view as captain, man of the match in the day as well, I know you'll say all 15 or 18, 19, but it's a huge honour for you as well, I'm sure.
Of course it is, and I'd be lying if I said like it didn't make it that bit sweeter to be captain and everything. But as you say, it's not even 15, it's the 30 lads we have who are training every week, every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. It's the managers and it's everyone who's here supporting. It's just a total school community thing, so it's unreal. I'm so proud of them all.
It's a Munster final victory, Harty Cup final. There's obviously more ahead of you now. How far can this team go?
Oh, I think everyone sees now like the sky is the limit for us, I think, but we're going to enjoy this one now tonight and tomorrow, and we'll see after that. I'm sure the boys will regroup with us sometime next week, but we're going to enjoy this now.
Just a quick final word on your management team, Terence, Tomas and Aidan. Huge help to you throughout the year, no doubt.
Unreal, the three of them to a man, like the work they put in, the detail, the commitment, just I could not speak highly enough about the three of them together. So yeah, as I said up there, and it's true, we will be nowhere without those three. So just we owe this all to them, honestly. They're unreal, the three of them. Can't thank them enough.
Massive thanks to Ron O'Connor, the winning captain of St. Joseph's Tulla, man of the match as well. That's all from us here in Stream Sport for the Munster PPS. Thanks very much for watching.
Alright, so we please ask everyone to leave the field. Please leave the field. The school is coming. We'll get the cup once the field has been vacated. Thank you.
Take it on. Hi, Cap, come here. Well done.